Alright, welcome to episode 0 of the Beercast.
Yeah.
Where we're going to talk about random bullshit that's tangentially related to cars, maybe, and drink beers.
And drink beers.
I'm having a
Primary.
out of bounds stout.
Which one do I have?
I
The
don't know.
IPA.
Is that the IPA or the red ale?
No, it's the IPA.
That's the IPA?
Yeah.
West Coast IPA?
Yeah,
What's
but
this
it's
called?
green. What's the brewer?
Couldn't tell you.
Green something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Because we're that dedicated to the beers we drink.
It's tasty. So I figured, since, no one even knows, what cars we own, whose cars are
Whose cars are whose, yeah.
What. So I figured we should start just going through our car history.
Like what cars we have or have owned?
Have. In the
Okay.
past.
Have had in the
Yes.
past? Jesus.
Yeah. Well, is it a lot for you? It's not that many. It's like 4 or 5, right?
A few, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
not that many.
Yeah, I've had a few.
Oh, I've had, like 7, 8, 9 cars. now.
Really? That many?
Well, I have 3 right now.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So,
that's true. All right,
That's
so
the
the
problem.
first car the car I learned to drive in was the 1983 Mercedes that I've made videos on. So if you want to go watch those, I'll put a link. That's the car I learned to drive on. That was my dad's car. I drove it in high school when he got a new car, and then my sister had it and she ruined it, and then I had it again and I just recently sold it. So that car is no longer in my life after, my dad bought it new, so since 1983,
most of your life? Then?
most of my life,
Yeah.
that car existed,
Yeah.
and now it's no longer in my possession. But that was my first car. What was your first car?
My first car is my parents' 1986 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme.
That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
Yep, and then I had to give it to my sister, and
Yeah.
she blew out the flywheel in like 2 weeks of having it, and I got blamed for it. So it's a lot of my car. Yeah, it's a lot of my car history right there.
Yeah. And then I bought a 2007 Toyota Corolla S in 2009, I think it was, right? That's when I was working. I can't even say where I was working with that.
That sounds about right, I guess.
So I bought that in 2009. I love that car. People say Corollas are boring cars, but that car had a great chassis. It actually handled pretty damn well for what it was. For an Econo shitbox that it was,
Yeah.
it was pretty fun to drive. I had a great time driving that thing. I actually really miss it. But it kind of got smashed, so...
Yeah.
I was driving to work. I was working on a Sunday, and I was driving, and I was speeding a little bit, but not too much. And some lady pulled out of a parking lot to try to turn left, going across 2 lanes of traffic, going where the direction I was going, to try to go left in the other direction. It didn't look. I didn't see her because she just came flying out of a closed garage and mulched the car. So that was the end of that.
And I never got to drive it.
You didn't drive it, did you?
Nope.
Oh, that
Never
car was
got to
fun,
drive it.
man.
Which
That's
is
such a shame.
weird, 'cause-
We already lived together too when I had it too. That's not...
Yeah, like you got it before we started living together.
Uh-huh.
And then you had it, and you had the accident. Like the first year, we were in the house.
First year,
So I've met all your cars.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your next car?
My next car was a 1979 Canary Yellow, faded with primers.
Uh-huh.
Chevy Malibu station wagon with a 302.
It's a lot of wagons so far, right?
No,
The Cutlass was a wagon?
Cutlass isn't a wagon. That's a sedan.
I thought they do make a Cutlass wagon, though. Especially back then, didn't they?
Oldsmobile?
Didn't they make a Cutlass
No.
wagon?
I don't.
Or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, I think something else. I don't think they had a Cutlass wagon.
Oh, I'm thinking of Caprice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Chevy Caprice wagon, which is a fucking sweet car if you can find it.
Yeah, actually, the Impala is the only Chevy I think I've ever owned.
Oh, they're dog shit.
It was a great car. I drove that thing to Canada and back from Ohio. I got my APB put out on me while I was driving that thing because we decided to ghost ride it while it was in drive. So that was awkward. And my sister got behind the wheel and ran into a bus stop sign. And some old lady saw us and thought we were terrorists, and so there was
Oh my God.
the surrounding 4 counties worth of sheriffs looking for us.
Did
They
they
found
find
us-
you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
we were literally 2 blocks away at the Dairy Queen
Oh
having
shit.
ice cream.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you get a ticket for that?
No, I got. I ended up having to go to court for that because
Yeah.
it's a felony because it was.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
What was the charge?
It's a state destruction of property and hit and run.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that stop signs are like federal property, right? Or like state property.
state property, yeah.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Well, it wasn't a stop sign; it was a bus stop sign.
Right.
But yeah. So long story short, like it got
Bus
talked down
stops
to.
are owned by the city.
Yeah, they got talked down to a misdemeanor and some probation, and then I fucking skipped country. That's when I went to Germany.
Yeah. So was that okay? Because if you're on probation, you can't leave. Right?
Apparently it was fine.
So there's
yeah,
there
I
might
never even
technically be a
didn't
record
talk
of that, right? You never had a probation officer. Or
Yeah, I
anything?
never had a probation officer or anything. We just signed a thing, and they knew like I was going. Like I
Yeah.
made it clear to the judge
Yeah.
that I was leaving the country. And
Yeah.
they didn't say anything. So it's possible there's still a warrant out for me in Ohio. But I went back like
Yeah.
7 years later and nothing happened.
Alright.
So
Well, did
I
you
don't
get
know.
pulled over though?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there you
sorry.
go. Like that.
It's-
Yeah,
I
it never
could
would have
still-
come
I
up.
could
Yeah.
still have a warrant out.
Yeah,
for
we
me
can't
somewhere.
speed through Ohio because
Well.
you might get hauled off on some charge from like 7 years ago.
Well, at this point, it's like
10 years ago or some shit.
I was 19 at the time, so,
Yeah, so
19 years ago.
yeah. Wow.
Because I think that's how math works.
Usually.
Yeah,
Often.
I'm good with that. So yeah, 79 Chevy Impala station wagon. Bought it for. I think I bought it for $450, and then I sold it for $450.
It's pretty good.
It was a good car. Yeah, I didn't have any problems with it. Except for the one problem I had with that thing was the tires on it.
Yeah.
I got 4 new tires, and they kept breaking the valve stems because the hubcaps,
Shit.
yeah,
That sucks.
didn't work on that. And they were like, yeah, they were the regular original hubcaps, so I didn't get weird aftermarket ones. It's just they kept eating the valve stems on my tires, so I'd walk out every morning and my tires would all be flat.
That's horrible. What a horrible design.
Just had to get rid of the hubcaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the only problem I really ever had with that car.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure by the time I sold it, it had a cylinder that wasn't firing. So, but
Yeah.
or two.
But they still gave you.
It still worked. Yeah,
Reasonable amount
I sold
of
it to
money.
some. $450.
Yeah.
Cheap car.
So I crashed the Corolla, and then, I had that car for like 2 years. And then I had to, remember I didn't have a car for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was looking for an RX-8. I wanted an RX-8. I looked at a few, and that's when they were getting really dirty cheap, because no one knows how to take care of a rotary. So they were all starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
So they were starting to go for dirty cheap, because I was like 2011? 2012? I think it was 2012. Yeah, 2012. So I found a nice one. It had low miles. It was $8,000.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you the link, and what did you say?
We didn't go to the thing it wasn't on the lot when we went looking?
No.
There was a link?
Yeah, I sent you the Craigslist link, and what did you say?
I said it would be a fun car to drive, but like you couldn't drive it every day because you probably.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You said don't fucking buy it. That's a stupid fucking decision. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's what you said. So instead...
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said. So instead, we went to the Chevy lot, and I test drove...
yeah, because we were looking at all the
used
stupid
garbage.
V6,
Yeah.
Corvettes at the time or whatever.
Yeah. The guy was trying to upsell me on a Camaro. He's like, I can get you in a Camaro for really cheap. And I was like, I don't want a fucking car payment. I had the money that the insurance company paid me for the Corolla, and I wanted to just put down that money towards a car and be like, I didn't want another car payment. So.
And at the time, we wanted a car that you could actually take road trips on.
That's true. Yeah.
Which is kind of why I said no before.
To the RC.
Yeah, like.
I could have had an RC, guys. Fuck. Anyway,
yeah, but that's not a road trip car.
No, it would have been horrible for that.
Yeah. And we did have a road trip in your next car. So
yeah, that's true. And that was an okay car for that. We'll get to that. So I test drove a, what was it, like 2004 Civic Si or something? Well, it was like early 2000 Civic Si. And the only one we got in America was like the hatchback. And I don't know if you guys have ever driven one of those, but they're awful. They're awful. Like, it was stick, but the stick was in the dash, like,
in the center console.
Yeah, just right under the radio.
Yeah.
So, it was so bizarre to be, like, driving and you're just, like, shifting up, like, it was such a weird thing.
I understand how that...
And, like, Honda makes nice shifters, and, like, the clutch was good, so it felt okay, but I don't want to, like, reach up into my radio to change gears. Like, it felt so weird, and it felt underpowered, because we got the bad engine for that generation. Like, we didn't get the good SI engine.
Yeah.
So it felt really underpowered, it felt really clunky, it felt like it was falling apart, and they wanted, like, so much money for it. They wanted, like, $9,000 for it. And it was already, like, 10 years old or something.
Yeah.
And, like, I can get one on Craigslist for, like, half of that.
Was that just because it was, like, tagged as a sports car or something?
I don't know. Yeah, because it's a high trim of that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking.
There's no reason that should be that expensive.
I don't know why anyone would buy
It's
that.
been on, like, nobody...
Yeah,
we had
no
to get
one,
somebody else to
okay, that's a
take
good
us
story.
on the test
That's
drive.
a good story. So the seller, what are they called? Dealers?
Dealers,
Like, yeah, like the salesman. The
yeah.
salesman that was dealing with us. I'm looking around the used car lot. He comes up. We start talking to him. I'm like, I have X amount of money. I'm looking for X kind of car, whatever. I want something kind of fun to drive, whatever. And I come across an SI, and I was like, hey, like Civic SI, like that's going to be reliable. I'm going to get good gas mileage with it. Might be a little fun to drive. Like, seems reasonable to do. And he's like, okay, I'll go get the keys. And then come to find out, he didn't know how to drive stick. Like, the motherfucker gets in the car. You remember this? Like, he gets in the car, he puts it in reverse, stalls it out. Turns it back on. Puts it back in reverse. Stalls it out. And I'm not even in the car at that point, because he was just going to pull it out so I could drive it off the lot. So we're both standing outside, and, like, this motherfucker, like, every time he starts the car and puts the clutch in, it starts rolling towards a pillar, like a concrete pillar
it
of
was
the
a
lot.
giant light.
There's a giant light and a concrete pillar, and he just rolls a little bit towards it and then stalls out. And then rolls a little more towards it and stalls out. I'm like, this guy is just going to mulch it in front of the pillar.
Yeah.
and we're just going to leave. Like, what do we do? So he had to go and get someone. Actually, it wasn't even that. Someone else comes up. A more experienced salesman comes up and, like, just kicks the guy out. Like, he was just like, just go back to your fucking... Like, he just threw him out. So So we're laughing. I was like, this guy's great. Because he was just such an asshole about it. So we were like laughing with this dude.
That was really cool. Though.
Yeah, we were like fucking making jokes with the dude. And like, it was so funny that he just like ruined this guy's day. It was like, get the fuck out of here. You don't know what you're doing. So he pulls the car out first try easily because he's not an idiot. And then I drive the thing and I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Like, it was small wheels on small tires in a small car that was all plastic and garbage.
And that was the only manual they had there.
Yeah, and that was the only manual they had there. So I was like, I can't justify buying this thing. Like, it's not worth fucking buying this thing. So, especially for fucking $9,000 or whatever they wanted for it. Like, go fuck yourself. I'm not spending that much on that. Yeah. So we're looking around more. I ended up settling on a 2010 Volkswagen Jetta S, which is probably the worst car not only have I owned, but I've ever driven. Like, it was horrific. I sold it at a loss just to not drive it anymore. Like, that's how bad it was. Like,
we literally took it to CarMax.
I took it to CarMax and took $1,000 loss on it because I didn't fucking want it anymore. I didn't want to have to get up the next day and drive it again. I was like, I'm fucking done with it. However, that car was good for long distance road trips. The seats were comfortable. It was very luxurious.
Didn't we take that one up to Sequoia with Judge?
No, we took the Saab to Sequoia.
Okay.
I took the...
Spoilers.
What? There's no video about that. That's never gonna... That's not content.
We haven't talked about that yet.
Well, yeah. But everyone knows I have the Saab, so it's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's been in videos, so...
Where did we take it then?
Well, I took it to Vegas. But I don't think you were there.
No, I didn't take it to Vegas with you, but we did take it. I went somewhere with you guys because I had to drive it home.
Yeah, what was that? No, you drove it back from Vegas. You flew to Vegas. We drove out.
Oh, I drove back with you guys.
And you drove back.
All right.
Even though you had a flight, but it wasn't paid by you, so it didn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it didn't really matter.
But you were like, I'd rather drive back. That seems like more fun. I was like, you want to drive my piece of shit Jetta back? Because I don't. I don't want to fucking drive that thing ever again. So you drove it back.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what happened.
All right.
Yeah, because you met up with us in Vegas. That's what happened. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was a terrible car. I fucking hated that thing. It's like, I could rant for hours about how
it's
fucking
fine
bad.
If you want a self-driving car, I imagine that's what it feels like.
Yeah, well, it's like, if you want...
Because there's very little input you make into the car.
If your goal is an appliance, like something comfortable that'll just...
It just does everything for you.
Yeah, it'll just go. Like, it just goes.
There's no thinking from you.
There's no feeling of speed. There's nothing in the steering. No feel in the brakes.
It doesn't matter what you do. It's going to do what it wants.
It just does, yeah. And it had that weird, like, variable steering ratio based on speed. So you never knew,
it was electronic steering, right?
Yeah. It was fly-by-wire. And you never knew, like, when you turn the wheel a certain amount... In most cars, when you feel it load up, you know, like, where the wheels are. That car, it was just...
It did whatever...
You had no idea. It would just understeer. Yeah. You could fucking... And it would just understeer. Like, it didn't... Like, it wasn't connected to the same thing. Like, you had no idea what the wheels were doing.
Connection there.
Yeah, you had no idea what the wheels were doing. And it was just horrific.
I imagine is exactly what's going to happen when we all have self-driving cars.
I mean, it's already like that. Like, any car after 2010, that's what it drives.
I don't have a car that's that new.
Me neither. I'm not going to buy one. Like, I can't imagine buying a car, like, that's that new. Well, except maybe a BRZ or something. Like, that has a really good steering rack, by the way.
Yes.
That's sick.
It's not electronic, though.
No, it's not.
So,
Anyway. What?
My next car.
What's your next car? Now that I ranted for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to have a lot more cars than you.
Yeah.
You're almost done.
Alright, just rapid fire.
All of the ones that I had in Germany? Because I did have...
You had a bunch of cars in Germany? Alright, everything you had in Germany, go.
I had the 86 Escort hatchback, which was manual, low 4-cylinder. That thing was great, except that it was light. It was made of aluminum. Like, that was just a matchbox with wheels or something. Like, it was manual, so it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, it did Autobahn speeds,
Uh-huh.
fine. And it was a cool little car. I also had a Renault hatchback. Like,
Do you remember the make?
it looked just like the
I actually know
Escort.
what.
It looked just like the Escort of that.
Yeah.
The Escort hatchback looked just like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a Clio or something.
I don't think it was a Clio, but
Clio's
it
small.
looks kind of like a Clio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember?
No.
Like a 144.
Yeah, something like that.
something
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
more like that.
Yeah.
And that thing, the head gasket blew on it.
As they do. It's a French car.
It's fine.
That's what they do.
It's fine. But one of my sister's boyfriend's friends at the time offered to fix it, and he broke one of the head bolts.
Right.
And didn't bother taking it out, so he just left it not bolted in on that one side, so it blew out again, and it warped the fucking whole thing.
Right.
So that thing was garbage. The Escort I kept until the very end, and I gave it to somebody else.
Right.
So I had that thing for 4 years. It ran the entire time. I ended up giving it to somebody else.
Yeah.
The Renault I kind of shared with my sister. Mostly I drove that thing, but then like the whole head gasket fiasco thing. And after that, I don't let other people work on my car.
Yeah, hence where we are.
Yeah. That car I had was the Peugeot turbo diesel sedan. It was late 80s or early 90s, like that.
304?
Is that what it is?
Or 504? Or
No, like a 504. It was a bigger one. I think it was a four-door.
That's the like bigger sedan.
Yeah.
Well, the 304 is like the small sedan.
Okay.
So
No, it's a
the
bigger.
504 is like the bigger
Yeah.
sedan.
That thing was fun. That thing was
those
awesome.
are great cars.
Oh.
I fucking love those cars.
Yeah.
I see them like, for some reason, that car made it to the U.S. Like that specific, the 504, I see in L.A. Like I've seen more than one. Less than 10.
I've never seen one.
Less than 10, but more than one. I've seen a fucking 504 wagon, which is like the rarest thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff where like I see someone driving that, and I'm like, it blows my mind, and no one else cares. Like there's no one in the world that would look at that and go, "That's cool," but I'm that guy. I'm like, that's fucking cool. No, they don't. They're imported. Like someone must have gone through the fucking rigmarole to get them smogged in this state.
Yeah.
You know, like with a diesel engine. To like, it's crazy, man. Like but I've seen them. I've seen them around. I've seen them around. Wow. Not so much anymore, but you know, I've lived in LA my whole life. I've seen them around. I've seen less than 10, but definitely more than one.
Right.
Like
So we had that car.
I've seen a handful.
Which was great. And then my brother got that car. And it got crunched by a guy who stole a van from an insane asylum.
Right.
And drove it off and ran away from the police. Which, unfortunately, in Europe, since he was from an institution, insurance doesn't cover insane people hitting your car.
Yeah.
So he trashed our car and we didn't get any money for it.
That's horrible.
Well, that's socialism.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
The guy can't pay for it.
Yeah.
I can't expect him to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucked.
That's horrible.
Yep. So, so that was the end of that car. It was a good car. I really liked that car.
Yeah.
But my brother ended up stealing it from me for the most part. So.
Right.
And then I had the '84 Opel Senator.
That's the one you spent
that
two
thing
weeks.
was a piece of shit. Okay.
2 weeks trying to get a wheel bearing off, right?
Yeah. Since I was in Germany.
Yeah.
My dad worked for the Defense Department. And so we were there under a civilian contract.
To reveal.
It was a civilian contract. But we had access to the military, U.S. military stuff. So one of the nice things about going military bases in general is they had, back in the day, I think they got rid of this now because, global warming, and that's the thing that's fucking making icebergs melt or whatever the fuck.
Let's not go down.
We're not going down that road.
Not
later.
tonight.
Later.
Not tonight.
Anyway, you used to have auto shops, so you just bring your car in, and they have all the tools there, and you pay like $5 an hour or something like that, and you can rent a bay. And do whatever the fuck you want on it. And I spent so much time there that they offered me a job.
That's crazy.
Which would have required me to get a military ID.
Right.
Like it would have been an AFIS job, because usually those are volunteers, so they're like expats and stuff. That have like this married somebody in Germany and still live there and stuff. But the wheel bearings on that thing froze.
Yeah.
And it took me and everybody in the shop, so like 12 other people, 3 weeks of...
Was it 3 weeks?
To get everything done, yeah. That car was in there for 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
And it took us like 4 or 5 days, separate weekends, because I had a job, so... of trying to hammer those things out to get them out. Because they were so seized on that thing. It was fucking ridiculous. And luckily there's a junkyard right across the street, so I just went over there, and Opels are really common. They're the Ford of German cars.
Yeah.
And
I mean, basically it's the same stuff.
Yeah, it is. So there's a junkyard that had just a bunch of Opels, and they all share the same parts. So I got some cheap used wheel bearings. The other thing that happened on that car was the fuel injectors got clogged.
Yeah.
And I replaced them with junk fuel injectors from one that were reasonable.
Right.
Reasonably
not clogged yet.
Yeah, the car that I got them from had low miles, and
it
was, the rear end got wrecked, so like the engine for the most part okay, and everybody like taking out the radiator and all the other stuff, but fuel injectors still there. So I took those out and I replaced them, the ones I had with that one, but I used the wrong fuel line.
Yeah.
Because I kept going to the store and asking for fuel line, which requires, like, it takes more pressure than carbureted.
You can't just like put rubber hose on there. Yeah.
Well, the difference is the lining. Like fuel injector lining has double the. Anyway, so they kept giving me the fucking shitty carbureted ones, which doesn't work. So I kept blowing
fuel lines.
Yeah. So my
insanely dangerous.
Yeah, my engine would spray gasoline.
Yeah. Like
just randomly. As I was driving down the road into the engine bay, it would just spew gasoline everywhere. And I did that for 6 months. I drove like that. I had to buy fire extinguishers in case it caught fire, because sometimes. And that car was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I spent so much time working on that. I learned a lot working on that thing.
Yeah.
And then I think that was all for the cars that I had in Germany. Yeah.
So before I crashed the Corolla, a year after I owned it, that's when I purchased the 1969 Ford Mustang that I have. I don't really want to tell the story of how I got that car, because I want that to be in a different video.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll tell the story eventually, because it's
Have
pretty,
we shared
it's pretty funny.
Your car?
I showed it in the first vlog.
Okay.
Like when I did the garage tour.
Yeah.
I showed it in the first vlog. So if you want to go see that, you click on Nate's face. That's when I showed that. But that car is fucked up. Like, I got it for very cheap, but I had to replace the engine, I had to replace the suspension, I still have to replace the power steering, and I still have to replace some of the tie rods, and I still have to replace the transmission.
Yeah.
So it was wrecked when I got it. And it's been a work in progress for the last 5 years, and I've been very low on money for car projects, unfortunately. Like, even though we're doing this channel, yeah, it's been really tough to run projects. So
yeah,
but there'll be a video about that soon. That's gonna be a thing. Actually, I don't know when this is gonna get released or if this is gonna get released, but the video might come
there
out
is a video that could come out
before this even exists.
Before this or after this.
Yeah. Anyway. So I have a 1969 Mustang as well, which is no longer in my possession because, as you can see, we're no longer in a house. We're in a shitty apartment.
Yeah.
That's the story.
With nothing on the walls.
Yeah, we can't work on cars anymore, which is going to be a tough problem to solve considering what we want to do.
We can't work on cars at our convenience.
Yeah, we can't work on cars.
Now we have to
in
find
our living
alternative.
Situation. So we're looking for, hey, if you live in Los Angeles, you know a garage or a parking lot we can work in,
or a dirt lot, anything.
Let us fucking know.
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah, let us fucking know. But yeah, so that's the Mustang. You have a Mustang too. You can tell the story. Yeah, you can tell the story.
Because technically, that is my first car.
Yeah.
Was the Mustang.
That was your first car ever?
Yeah, because my parents still had the Oldsmobile. When I got it.
Yeah.
That's what I learned to drive on. That's what I drove for the most part. Because when I got the Mustang, it wasn't running.
So your Mustang is what year?
It's a 66.
Okay.
It's a straight 6, 200 cubic inch, and it's the regular coupe. So it's the most common notchback, whatever.
As they call it.
The most common Mustang that was sold up until, what, 94, 95, something like that?
Yeah, I think that's right.
So it's a bare minimum Mustang, barely a Mustang. I like it. I like it a lot. I've had that thing since I was 16 years old.
We're going to go see that soon too, right?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I've had that car for 22 years now.
Yeah.
I've rebuilt the engine, which is great. I went to a community college in Ohio, took 2 different classes because I didn't get the job finished in the first one, on engine rebuilding, and I took it with my dad, which was a great experience. And together we rebuilt my engine.
Yeah.
And then we left for Germany.
And then it sat for years.
And then it sat for years.
And now it's a rusty pile of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably unrecoverable.
Probably.
But we're still gonna try.
We
have to try. That thing has to run again.
Yeah.
You have to be able to drive that thing again once, even if it's very sketchy.
Yeah. I mean, I drove it before when I was in Ohio.
It has to live again. It has to live again.
For like 6 months before I rebuilt the engine.
Yeah.
And I drove my friends around for a bit. I tried to go pick up my mom from the airport once. In the middle of a snowstorm. That was kind of a bad idea because the heater didn't work. There is no heater core in there.
Yeah.
It's missing a heater core. So the windows were obviously frozen.
Yeah.
So I had to drive with my head out the window in a snowstorm, which looks like a blizzard going 55 miles an hour. I don't know if you've ever done that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise it.
Even in a modern car, I wouldn't.
So funny thing is,
balls, man.
I also had like my motorcycle at the time, my first motorcycle, which was like, that's another thing. I've had motorcycles.
Yeah.
But that was like the 650, the Kawasaki 650.
Yeah.
And I had a helmet, which I wore. I'm sticking my head out the window of my Mustang.
So
I wore a motorcycle.
You wore your bike
full face in my Mustang.
Oh, that's hilarious!
Yeah.
Holy shit.
To go pick my mom up from the airport because nobody else wanted to do it. My dad was out of town and my sister was
lazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good word. Should be something else.
Oh Christ! All right, well, shit.
Yeah. And that's
So
right.
yeah, I wanna. Well, I've never seen. Like, I know he's had a Mustang for longer than I've been alive, almost.
Yeah.
I've never seen it because it's always been
at my parents' house.
It's been
my
far
sister's
away
house,
from any place that I've been.
Yeah.
And I've known you for a long time, and I've never seen your car.
No.
So that's something that I want to do. Like, we have to go see it.
Yeah.
And we'll film that, maybe.
That'll be a whole
that'll
experience.
be a thing that we do.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh, it's a rusty pile.
Yeah. Which is funny, because it's been on my... it's been on, like, my Instagram and...
Really? I don't even think I've seen a picture of it.
Yeah, it's been on...
Really?
Like, I've posted pictures of it on my social media. Not Twitter, just, like, Facebook.
Oh, you did
Instagram.
post a picture with that girl. Yeah. So I guess I've seen that.
Yeah.
Which is not really...
No.
Which is the same girl that ruined the escort, which is our most watched
whatever.
video. That's our most watched video. That's the same girl that ruined the fucking escort that made our most watched video.
She got to go see the Mustang that you didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Because, well.
And that is the biggest video we've done. Is I still don't know why. I don't get. That's something I don't get.
What?
I don't understand how, like, what on YouTube gets popular and why. Like, that makes
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Like, that video is arguably a lot worse than a lot of the other ones we've made.
I guess we don't talk in it that much, though.
Is that the key? We should just shut up.
It.
We should just shut up
and
put music.
Yeah.
I put, like, that was the one too where, like, because we have a musician that works on our channel.
Yeah.
He was not available.
Should we do a shout out to the person?
Adam Smith, fucking shout out.
Yeah.
You're awesome, dude.
Shout out to
I don't know
Adam.
if you're gonna watch this, but fucking.
Yeah, whatever.
10 out of 10.
I love you. Also, let's FaceTime later. While I'm in the shower.
When this comes out in like 2 fucking months.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. When he sees it, he'll get it.
He wasn't available for that. Like, he did all the music for the road trip videos that we did and stuff.
Yeah.
And he wasn't available for that specific video. So
because he has his own projects.
Yeah, he does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's go check out EMG Band. This shit is fucking tight. Go check that out on SoundCloud. It's fucking awesome.
So we had like a bunch of.
I just put a bunch of random like EDM garbage.
Yeah.
Like, it's garbage, and people, I guess...
Copyright-free, whatever.
Yeah, it was like copyright-free dog shit EDM that I found somewhere on one of those sites, and somehow...
I don't think it was anything that we used from other people later on, right?
No, because I use, like, now I fill with Cyber SDF, who's also awesome. Go check him out on SoundCloud, Cyber SDF. Guy's tight. But I didn't even discover him yet. So it was like random garbage.
Random stuff.
So it's just random garbage music, and we barely talk in it. Like, most of the story is like in text on the screen, which is like the worst way to tell a fucking story.
And it's not even a good font. It's just generic.
No, well, it was Calibri, man. Like, which is a joke, but no one ever understood that joke, so I should probably stop doing that. Right? I need to stop doing that.
To this day,
no one gets that, so I should stop doing that because that's never going to be a thing anyone understands.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where were we? So your Mustang.
Yeah.
So then, I guess we could continue with you because you probably had more cars. Did you have another car between that and Escort?
Yeah, I had that Volvo from my sister.
So when you got back in the U.S.
When I got back, went back, grabbed the Mustang from Ohio, drove it back here on a trailer, and then he had my sister's Volvo because she went and bought a new car.
Yeah.
I had that thing for a while up in Lake Arrowhead, which was...
What model? 240?
I guess, generic.
How do you not know this stuff, man? What year was it? What model was it? What did it look like?
I don't even know what year.
You don't know. You just don't care.
It looked like a box. Like,
it's a box.
What does a Volvo look like?
But there's like a bunch of
What do all Volvos look like? It's just a box.
Frank the Cat's gonna be so mad at you.
I drove that thing in the snow, up and down the mountain in Lake Arrowhead. That thing worked it did me pretty well.
Dude, those are great cars, man.
Didn't have a whole lot of things I had to do with it. And then I had to give it to my youngest sister when I got my next car.
Yeah.
And she ended up killing it. because that's what sisters do. And they kill your car.
That's the theme tonight, I think. Is
yes.
Sisters ruin your
will
fucking
kill
car.
your car.
Yeah, don't give your car to your sister because she'll fucking ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
So after I got rid of the Jetta, again, didn't have a car for like 2 months because I had a very specific idea. I knew, before I even sold it, I was already looking for one, but I knew I wanted the Saab 92X Aero. Not any Saab 92X, I needed the Aero with the turbo with no sunroof. Because if you have the sunroof in that car, you lose about 4 inches of headroom.
Oh.
Yeah. So I knew I couldn't have the sunroof, but I wanted all the other options. And I was looking, and there's, they made 9,000 92Xs. They made 4,000 Aeros. Manual, I wanted manual.
Yeah.
So manual, there was like less than 2,000. And then without the sunroof, like I was looking for a car where there was like maybe like 1,000 or 2. Like maybe, like it was. It is
pretty rare.
insanely rare. Insanely rare. Like how do you even find one?
Yeah.
So I was looking for months and months and months.
Well, we'll tell you how we find one.
Yeah. I signed up to a fucking forum, a 92X forum. I fucking reached out to people. I was literally like just asking anyone that was like within the area. I was like, sell me your car, sell me your car, sell me your car, sell me your car. Eventually, I got the one I have now.
Yep.
Which is a beautiful thing. Gotta make a video about that real fucking soon. I've been saying that since like the first vlog, but
yeah.
I promise that's coming. I just want it to be perfect. So
it's been a year now, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been saying I need to make a video of that car, but I promise there'll be. I would just want it to be really good, and I want it to properly express the reason I even like went out of my way to find that car over anything else. Like I think that's really important. So that'll be coming really soon. And then I'll tell the story of how I found it and all that shit, hopefully, in that video, maybe, or whatever. But that's what I drive now. I love that thing. I love that thing. It's great. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I have it.
Except when we take it up to the mountain.
Yeah, well, like, once you get over 4,000 feet,
it's not happy.
You just don't get air in the turbo anymore. So you go from like 260 horsepower to like 140, which is pretty regrettable. Like it gets a little problematic.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like that thing. It's a cool car. I really went out of my way for that thing, and I got it pretty cheap off some guy who.
That car I've driven too.
Yeah, that's a good car.
Yeah.
That's a car again. Good steering rack in that thing. Yeah.
That's a car I drove that you kept yelling at me every time I tried to put it in.
Well, yeah, because you were just in third gear, like hammering it, and I thought you were gonna spin my rod bearings.
I didn't.
No, you didn't. But I had to yell at you a little bit.
And it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It's
I had fun with that.
It's a fun car to be in boost range for sure. For sure, you definitely wanna.
Yeah.
You definitely wanna be in the high. I mean, it revs to like 7,000.
Yeah.
So.
And that was what, at 3,500?
Well, no, you were a little over. You were a little over that.
Whatever.
You were a little over that when you got into it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it revs high and it has a lot of boost and it's fun. It's just a cool car. I like that car.
Yeah.
Favorite car I've probably ever owned, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite car I've ever
Also
owned.
one of the scariest ones to drive, not because of how it handles or anything.
Right,
but
because every body panel is like the rarest thing on earth.
Yes.
It's like it's like trying to mine for diamonds. So if I even scratch the hood, it's totaled. It's totaled. Like you can't find the hoods that they make with the scoop, like because it doesn't. It's not even the same scoop as the WRX.
Yeah.
Like it's a completely unique hood piece, and they don't make it anymore. So if anything happens to my hood piece,
Yeah.
The car is just done.
We have to 3D print that.
Yeah. I have to fucking start over. Like, yeah. It's very scary just for that reason.
That's why we need 3D printers. Cars like that, we can print out the things that we need.
Yeah. I wouldn't want a plastic 3D printed hood though. Like that would be.
No, we get metal.
So
you can do metal 3D printing.
Can
they
you?
do that? Yeah. They have that powder and they laser etch things onto things.
That'd be so expensive for a big piece like that though.
Yes.
And you'd probably have to like weld it in the middle and then it would look like shit. Like there's no way a 3D printer could print out. It's like, dude, it's like, whoa, where? That doesn't exist, man.
Whatever.
You'd have to like print half of it.
It doesn't exist yet,
Yeah.
but the military's already looking into it, and they don't have small parts.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. That's true.
Given the kind of money that they're allowed to invest in things, eventually we'll have it.
Right.
It's still going to cost you an arm and a leg, but
yeah, more than the car.
Yeah,
more than the car. To keep it on the road. Like fuck, man.
Yeah. Oh, and then my next car was the Escort.
The bread and butter of our channel.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? Like people are looking for Ford Escort like
content.
Yeah.
It's not even a CX2.
Yeah, it's not even the good one.
No.
But for some reason.
Because the good one's the year after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like mine's a 98 Ford Escort SE, which is one of the best years for Ford Escorts. Mm-hmm. Regular model.
Yeah.
Like not the ZX, but
or the Cosworth or any of the good ones.
Okay, the Cosworth, like you can't even get here.
No, you can't.
So that's a different thing altogether. Yeah. And for what you can find here, it's really common too.
Yeah.
So like, which is why I love that car. Like it's cheap for us to work on.
Yeah.
We can afford the parts.
Yeah.
We can do most of the labor because it's designed properly for you to replace things on it.
Everything's easily accessible.
Yeah.
This is really nice. Yeah.
And I've had that thing for 12 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, it had 94,000 miles on it when I bought it. It now has 240,000 miles. Same block, different head, because after 150,000 miles, they drop their piston or their valve seats. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's the same valve seat every time.
Yeah.
So, and like the third cylinder, and it's the exhaust, I think.
Yeah.
That it drops. I'm not sure, but
yeah, that's one of those things where it's like.
It happens on all of them. I've run it. Mine dropped at 154,000 miles.
Yeah, they probably like didn't design the oil, like whatever it is that like gets the oil into the
cylinder head.
Yeah, like
to
probably
it had to do with the press fitting actually.
Probably whiffs some of.
Yeah, it has to do with the press fitting because the fix for it is actually just to like, instead of it has to do with you double the angle of the grind.
Yeah.
Instead of just a single angle grind.
Yeah.
Which I think is the problem.
Yeah.
They had single angle grinds, so it ends up causing a little bit more knock in there, and it drops after a while. So you basically they just have the two different angles on the grind on the seat, and then it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. Anyway, so I got the head replaced at 154,000 miles. Mm-hmm. And I was like $1,800. That's the most I've spent on that car.
Yeah.
The biggest, and it's been fine ever since.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't driven it quite another 150,000 miles, so we'll see.
That's soon, right?
It's like 60,000 miles from now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've put 100 and...
So you didn't do the fix?
150,000 miles already on it.
Right.
No, I had to go pay somebody else to do that.
And well, you don't know if it's right, like if it'll work?
No, I don't know what they did to it. Because I mean,
you're lucky that the engine survived the first time.
Yeah.
So it probably won't survive again. It won't survive the next valve drop.
No. And I'm pretty sure they did it correctly because whatever they did when they replaced it, they did all the correct steps so that it didn't ruin the engine afterwards. So they made sure that there weren't any pieces anywhere. Because the pieces can get into like the intake and whatever, and just go right back into the engine. And they made sure it was all clean. So possibly it'll work forever. I don't know.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Unless
we sell that thing.
Unless we sell that thing, which is still a debate we're having.
Yeah, that's the question. It's like, do we sell that thing and get something else to build?
It's not worth putting any money in because that thing's worth $1,500.
Yeah.
I bought it for that. My parents bought it for me for $4,500 when we bought it 12 years ago, which is too much. It was only worth $3,500.
Yeah.
It's $1,000 over.
I don't know. I think you could probably still get $2,500 for it just because we live in LA.
It's possible,
You can just tack on an extra grand and that's okay.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But, which is why we had to go to New Mexico.
Yeah.
To buy the Jeep Cherokee XJ.
Yep. That was a good car. That was fun.
It's great. We still have it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I don't get to drive it because somebody stole it.
That's kind of my daily driver. Whatever, man. Whatever, man.
I mean, I enjoyed it when I drove it.
I can't drive the Saab
during the trip, but like I don't drive it that much anymore.
It's kind of my daily, even though it gets like half the gas mileage the Saab does.
Yeah, at max it gets 18 mpg.
On the highway. It's horrible. It's horrible.
If we're going
it's
into
it's
or
horrible.
against the wind,
It's
so
very bad.
with a tailwind, it's fine. We get 18. Otherwise, it's like 15, 16.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Yeah. It's about the same as your Mustang, I'm sure.
No, my Mustang's way worse. I've never seen double digits in a Mustang.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've gotten 8, 9 everywhere I've driven it. But also, it's a Mustang. I have a giant 302 in there. Like, it's a crime to not put my foot in. And I've never been on the highway in it. So, I get 8 mpg. Fucking, what do you, like... You know, that's what happens. Like, that's what I get. Yeah, I've never seen double digits in that thing, ever.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't drive it much. Obviously, I can't drive it at all now, but even when I was driving it, it was...
I feel like we could get double digits out of it.
I mean, I could, but I need...
12 seems reasonable.
I need an AOD, which is what I want to do for the transmission, because the transmission's fucked. Like, I don't even think I have a third gear. Like, it's the C4, so it's 3 gears. I've never seen third gear. So I think something with the valve body is just fucked in there, because it doesn't shift.
Yeah.
So I've never seen third gear in it, which probably contributes to
That's a lot,
8 mpg.
Yeah, you should be getting at least 12.
And if I get a rear end that has like 355s in it or something like that, like I can get a rear end that has higher gears, or just disassemble the rear end I have. But I don't have the 9-inch. I have the 8-inch. So I should probably get a 9-inch and put taller gear ratio in it.
Yeah. So
I can do 60, 70 with no problems, and then I'll get like 15 mpg. But that, that's all the stuff I have to do to it, right? Like that's in the future.
Well, I mean, that's literally the money we have to spend on whatever next car we buy, because we can do that. Yeah. That's what we do. We went, instead of fixing my cars, we went and bought the Jeep.
Yeah.
Because I wanted a fucking truck.
Well, also there wouldn't be a channel if we hadn't bought the Jeep, though.
That's true.
We never would have filmed working on your car.
No, we never would have.
Like that was the.
Well, the trip was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, but we almost didn't film that too. Like.
Yeah, that's
there
true.
almost wasn't a channel at all.
That's true.
Until we decided that we were looking for a truck. Which, if you haven't seen the New Mexico road trip, it's a little rough.
It's the first video.
I didn't know how to edit video.
Yeah.
It's mostly us sitting in a car talking, but it's pretty fucking funny. I think it's good.
Yeah.
If you like this, you're gonna like.
Well, okay.
The New Mexico. Like if you could sit through this, fucking, you're doing good. So.
I know they can skip to the third one, I guess. Right?
Yeah, just watch part 3. Yeah. Part 3 is good. That's when we had the car and we drove back.
Yeah.
And we drove through the craziest thunderstorm. We have great footage of like all the shit that happened.
That was
definitely recommend.
Yeah, part 3 I think.
Yeah. Definitely. If you don't want to watch the entire trip,
yeah.
watch part 3 because it's cool. It's really fucking cool. But yeah.
Yeah, so technically that was mine after the escort.
Yeah.
Until you stole it. But luckily you're not my sister, so you haven't ruined it yet.
And also, I'm the one that rebuilt the brakes on it. Like, I've been doing the work to make sure it's still good. Because you were like, the brakes are fine. And I was like, no, we're doing this today, man. We have to fucking get the brakes. No, it was not okay, man.
It stopped-ish.
It was not okay.
And I feel like, honestly, that Jeep is definitely a joint ownership.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
I put in a little bit of time on that rear brake at the end.
Well, yeah, because I gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
So
very visible that I gave up. But
done my fair share, I think.
Yeah. I mean, one day I'm just gonna buy it off you because you bought it.
Yeah.
You spent the money, which was like we didn't say in the video at the time, but it was like $2,000 that we spent on that thing. Which in LA, that's what I was saying. Like you could just tack on like $1,000. Like in LA, a decent running XJ is like $3,500.
Yeah.
We can still sell that thing for a profit.
Yeah.
Technically, like we haven't spent that much on it, so we can still technically make like $500 on it.
I think we spent $200 or something on it so far, right?
Oh, more than that, because we did spark plugs, we did oil, we did the brakes, we did like a bunch of little knickknacks.
Yeah, but none of that
we
was
did
that
the grill, which I fucked up. We got a new grill because there's a piece missing on the grill we currently have, which I'm sure you've seen.
Like
it literally, it looks dumb. It's like every video.
Yeah.
I bought a new grill.
Yeah.
I sanded and spray painted and everything. Like I had the grill fucking ready to go, it was in good shape. And then it was standing up against the window and it fell down flat and it shattered. It fucking shattered. Like to the point where it was in worse shape than the thing that's on the car now.
Yeah, so that was the end of
So
that.
I threw it in trash.
$35 grill.
Yeah, it was $35 plus the $10 I spent on paint, which I don't even know where that paint can is. Like, there's still paint in there, but I don't know where that is now because we moved.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, where's our paint can? I don't know.
I don't know where that was.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. So yeah, we like
man.
That was like $50 wasted to try to get a new grill on there, and it shattered into bits. Shattered into fucking bits. Such a fucking shame. I was so mad. I was livid. I was so fucking livid. I can't believe that happened. I can't fucking believe that happened. Anyway.
That was the end of that. So those are the cars I've owned.
Yeah, those are the cars that we have. Those are the cars that you'll see in the future. It's possible we'll sell some of them. I've been considering selling the Saab. We've been considering selling the Escort. To maybe get something else we can like build out, because we really want, like, for me the ideal would be to get a road trip car, like some wagon, maybe like a Passat diesel or something, like something with something, you know, that'll get good gas mileage, that we can go a long distance.
Yeah, do more road trips on.
Yeah, that we can fuck around in, that'll be super reliable and won't be any problems.
We don't necessarily need a performance car right now.
No.
We need something we can do road trips on. Yeah. Because right now our lives are in a place where we need more road trips.
Yeah.
We don't have.
We need to leave, man. We need to go places.
We don't have a thing to like. Yeah. Sit around, and we're not in a place where we can have a car that performs well, that we can take it to a track or anything like that. Yeah. Right now.
We can't afford a track to air and shit.
No. No.
And plus, like, even like, let's say I had a car I wanted to autocross, like, how many videos do you guys really want to see of me autocrossing, right? Like, you can do one,
the
right?
First one.
Yeah, you can do one, and it's like, oh, cool, dude, you did an autocross, and then it's like, that's boring content after that. Like, you can't just keep doing that.
No.
Like, that's not the kind of content I want to make, even, you know? Like, I want to make interesting, different shit. That,
not to say we don't want a performance car at any point. Just that now.
Obviously, we'll build out an autocross car at some point.
I mean, we have some
Like,
ideas for our stupid Escort.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could, but it has to be manual, man. Like,
that's the problem.
Yeah, we have to drop in a transmission and like,
manual,
oh god,
and then,
like such a nightmare.
So we might as well get rid of it and start over from, which I'm totally acceptable of, like getting another Escort. Because I like them. I've had 2 of them.
Yeah, I like them too.
I had the 86 and the 98. Like, they're great little cars. Yeah. The Opel Senator, I wish I'd gotten the Cadet. Yeah. Opel Cadets, great cars. Basically, they're a Ford Escort. But
we could get like a Focus,
that's also an Escort.
I know, but it's like just better. They're easier to find in manual. They're cheaper. Most of them are hatchbacks. You know.
The second point is
there's
not correct.
more mods.
Ford Focuses are not cheaper than Ford Escorts.
It's cheaper to find a high trim Focus.
Oh, okay, a high trim Escort doesn't exist unless you have the ZX2.
Exactly,
that's only made
but a
$99.
ZX2 Focus is like joke cheaper.
Yeah.
So while the Escort is rare, the Focus is just like dirty cheap right now. Like they're dirty cheap, and they're not going to stay dirty cheap.
That we have,
right? But they're not going to stay dirty cheap. Like right now, they're like dirty cheap, and you can get a good one that's manual ZX2 Focus, and there's more parts for the Focus that you can do aftermarket. We could turn it into a fucking monster for cheap.
I think like the aftermarket, most of it's cosmetic shit. Because anything that you can
there's
put,
a lot of stuff you can do.
Anything you can put internally in the early Ford Focus, you can put on the Escort, because they're the same body.
Yeah, but then you're looking at like later model Focus, and I think or later model Escort, and I think the.
We already have a later model.
Yeah, Escort. I know, but like we can't do it to that one.
That one,
like we can't do it to that one,
which is why we have to sell it.
Yeah,
but if we can get like a 98, 97 wagon.
Yeah. Manual wagon Escort. What did you guys think of that shit, huh?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. we can put like the 2.0 in there, right? The EcoBoost 2.0.
It's like fucking. How much is it? Like $9,000.
Yes.
Oh, it's too much. It's too much. Where are we gonna get $9,000? Donate below. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna beg for money. I find that reprehensible. We're never gonna beg for internet money.
When we have the money, we'll do something with it.
Yeah, that's how it has to work.
Which is why we're gonna sell the Escort.
We'll work real jobs like real people.
We'll sell the cars we have, and in fact, that's probably what we should do. Is for our next project, get a car that we can flip, because that was the idea with the fucking Cherokee when we got it.
Yeah, we like it too much, man.
Yes,
we can't. We can't sell it. We can still make money on the thing, but we can't sell it, dude.
We knew just driving it back to California.
Yeah, there's no way we're.
That was a grand profit just driving it back and registering it.
Yeah, and it was easy.
Yeah, and we can't
because
we like it.
Yeah, we can't part with it. It's too good.
Yeah.
It's too good. And what are we gonna off-road in? You know? Shit, man. We haven't even done a video on that. That was supposed to be the Rose Valley video, and then the trail was closed, and we couldn't fucking do it.
Something forest fire.
Whatever, man. Let us drive. Yeah. Fuck, I was so mad.
Anyway.
I was so mad that day, and that doesn't come across in the video, obviously, because I edited it down to like the bare minimum. But like, I was so mad.
It doesn't matter.
I was so mad that day.
We had fun. At the end of the day, we still had fun.
The end of the day was like, it was a good day. In the totality of things, it was a good day. Yeah. And I remember it fondly. But at the time, I was upset.
It wasn't what we wanted to do. We weren't there to do that. We weren't there to go check out the
pond or whatever
the campsite or whatever the hell we did.
Whatever the fuck we ended up doing. Like, man.
That was not what we wanted.
No, it's not what we wanted out of that. We wanted an off-roading video. And now we can't even do an off-roading video. because we keep losing air in our tires, and we don't have a spare, and we can't be caught out in the mud with a flat tire. Yeah. So we can't even fucking do that.
And somebody keeps forgetting to tighten the legs on the S-Course, you don't even have like a backup car.
Somebody? You mean you?
I said somebody. I'm somebody.
Yeah, but don't give me like potential.
I wasn't being specific. I didn't
chance.
Want to throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah,
all right?
Because you don't want to throw yourself under the bus.
If you're okay with throwing people under the bus,
don't give me. Yeah, I will. You fucking forgot those lug nuts. We almost died. You motherfucker, dude. Like
I said.
Like, don't give me percent chance. Like, yeah, that means 50-50 chance it's one of us. There's 0% chance it was me, though, so...
I mean, it was definitely me, but...
God damn it. Oh, god damn it.
I feel like there's no reason to point fingers. It's just a finger. It's better.
Oh shit. We should probably wrap up. I think that covers.
Yeah, so that's the cars we've had and have.
Yeah, and that's the future plans. If you could follow the trains of thoughts that intersected, that's kind of where we're going. So thanks for watching. Check out the other videos. Fucking 10 out of 10 thumbs up. Subscribe. Like,
comment. Oh my God! Say anything. Say anything for Christ's sake. Tell me my mother's a whore.
What should they say? Care. No, don't say that. What should they say? You type. I don't know. Hey, type your favorite car that we have. I don't know, like.
Yeah, if you've also had any of the cars that we've had.
Yeah. Or what your favorite and least favorite cars that you've had, or what what you love and hate about your life. Anyway, fuck you, bye!
Yeah, later.